This podcast is brought to you by Lucy's Lemons. Lucy's Lemons are made for the modern man. They're strong, they're flexible, they know they wish they were somewhere else. Lucy's Lemons.
That's a good advertiser. How do we get them?
I don't know. So here we are, we're on fastcompany.com, which is like the first thing that came up when I typed in interview questions for a podcast. And here are 36 interview questions that are actually fun to answer.
It probably won't be fun to answer.
Probably won't be. This is probably going to be garbage, but we're going to do it anyway. Number 1. Andrew Darby.
Yes.
Are you more of a hunter or a gatherer?
Oh, I'm more of a gatherer.
Why?
Because I like to hoard things so no one else can have them.
That is actually true. You do hoard a lot of things.
Hell yeah.
Like, what currently do you hoard?
Pokemon cards.
At the moment, Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pokemon cards that are worth nothing that I'm hoarding.
I hoard a lot of things as well. I've got a load of stuff at my parents' house that I need to clear out, because my brother's taking my old room. I went there to clear them out. I looked at them, looked at all the stuff, all the memories came flooding back, and I just couldn't bring myself to get rid of them. They're all useless. It's all just garbage that I don't need.
Who needs memories?
Yeah, just like, I've got like stacks of old like sheets
Actually,
and things
my
that I
game
got given
collection
from school.
My game collection's doing stuff, apparently. Just
stuff.
sitting there collecting dust. There you go.
Yeah.
I have a game collection that collects dust. See, my collection is a hoarder.
They are games, though.
But they're games that no one else can play because I have them.
At some point, you're going to want to play them again. What kind of person's a hunter? Are they just like douchebags that go out like, well, I'm a hunter. I'm a booty hunter.
A booty hunter.
You know, it's like people who consider themselves like ladies' men or something.
Ladies.
Yeah. Like absolute douchebags.
Hell yeah.
If you're a hunter, you're a fucking douchebag.
Lesson of the day. If you're a hunter, you're a douche.
Number 2. You're a new addition to the crayon box. What colour would you be and why?
Rainbow.
That's not
because there isn't a crayon that's rainbow.
That's not a colour. That's lots of colours combined.
Into one colour. Actually, never mind. I tried.
I mean, I guess there are no wrong answers. Rainbow.
Yeah.
Sure. What you're saying is you're every colour.
Yeah, because there's no other crayons. It's every colour at once.
This is just cheating.
Wait, you weren't specific?
Right. I was once told, randomly by someone I barely knew on my course, just came up to me and said, Bradley, if you were a colour, you would be yellow.
Obviously.
I was like,
when I look at you, I think yellow.
Yeah, I was like, why? Why me? He was like, oh, because you have, you have such a bright personality. Like, if your personality was a colour,
you should just be grateful he didn't say that to someone else.
It's like, what?
That was a different ethnicity to you.
What?
If, like, he went up to someone else, there was a different ethnicity. It was like, your colour, if you were a colour, you would be yellow.
I mean, I'm not sure this is, like, a racial thing. It means my personality.
Depends who you talk to.
I'm a happy, bubbly person, apparently.
Which I connotate was yellow.
Question 3.
Yeah.
We finish the interview, and you step outside the office and find a lottery ticket that ends up winning $10 million. What would you do?
I'd buy a collection.
I'll tell you what I would do.
And buy a room big enough to put a collection in.
I'll tell you what I would do.
Yeah.
Go to, like, the exchange place and get it converted into pounds.
50 pence coins.
Anyway, what was that?
I'd buy a collection
of
games.
Yeah.
And then buy a room to put the collection in.
Okay.
In that order.
Yeah. What games would you buy? Would you just buy any games? Just all the games?
I'd buy the rarest games I could buy.
Right.
Because why not? I have $10 million. Who's going to stop me?
I mean...
I could buy, like, all the Nintendo World Championships.
I'd probably invest it in something, you know?
Invest $10 million.
I'd start a company.
With $10 million.
Yeah.
But what if it goes bust and you lose $10 million?
I wouldn't put $10 million into it, but I would start a company, right? I wouldn't put all my money, like, straight up. I would, you know, start small,
Maximise profit, put all your eggs in one basket. Double or nothing. Isn't
that what, like, Gary Vee says?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think he says something like that. No, I don't think he says that. That's garbage. Cut that. If Gary Vee ever sees this, he'll be on to me. Number 4. What do you think about when you're alone in your car? This is presumptuous, isn't it?
The same thing I think about when I'm alone in any room.
Yeah?
Nothing.
It is true that most of the time when somebody says, what are you thinking about? You're just thinking about, like,
usually when people ask me about that, I'm just not thinking of anything.
When you're just looking intense and staring into the distance, you're just, like, analysing a weird shape on the wall or something.
Do you want to know how bad I think of nothing? I was walking to my parents.
Sure.
And I zoned out for a couple of seconds, and I just wasn't paying attention to anything I was doing. I was just walking without thinking for a couple of seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
I always think about stuff. Whenever I'm walking, I'm always, like, ticking away, you know, trying to figure something out.
If I'm listening to music, then I think about the music. This is some good music.
I never listen to music anymore. I'm always trying to, like, get in that headspace where you get so bored that you start coming up with things, like being creative.
Being creative?
Yeah, I think you're more creative when you don't have, like, the distractions, when you don't have, like, music, when you don't have TV. Cut all that out, and then you start coming up with, like, more original thoughts. So you need more of that detachment.
I guess so.
And I only get that when I'm in the shower or when I'm out for a walk, you know? Especially these days when everyone's got a fucking phone in their pocket, you know, to mess around with. Or a fidget spinner.
Hell yeah.
Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one for you. What's your favourite 90s jam?
Ice Ice Baby.
You're a big fan of Conserve.
Conserve?
You know, like strawberry jam. My favourite 90s jam is Kurt Cobain's Blueberry Jam.
Wait, that was what it was asking. I thought it was like asking about jams that come from the 90s.
It means music. I'm fucking with you.
Well, there you go. Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to challenge my Ice Ice Baby?
No. It's a jam. I'll give you that. Mine is probably something by Pearl Jam.
Ooh, I do love a bit of 90s Pearl Jam.
The 90s Pearl Jam, bit of maybe Black.
Son, so I've got a little story for you.
I think Black is probably the best song on that album. Shades of empty canvas, untouched it's grey. Okay. Ooh. Anyway, now that's sorted. Question 6. If you could be any animal in the world, what animal would you be and why?
A giraffe. Because I like giraffes.
Wow. Any more in depth about that?
No, I just like giraffes.
What do you like about giraffes?
They have a long neck.
Yeah, why? Why do you like that about them?
Because it's fun to watch them reach the high place.
There we go. There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
That's your personality, like, summed up. It's
fun to watch them reach the high
it's
places.
just fun watching them do stuff.
They can reach the top shelf for me.
It could be like you could have done something deep and philosophical, like, oh, I just feel like I'm a reacher. I'm always reaching towards things. This is meant to be for
philosophical.
This is meant to be for, like, interview questions, right? So you would probably twist that into, like, I mean, I would say, oh, because, you know, I'm ambitious. I'm always reaching out, you know? But you're just like, no, it's just fun to But I'm going to tell you.
If that's
I'm
not
gonna
a
tell
hiring
you
question.
after we get through this, I'm going to tell you if I hire you or not for my business that I'm
please
starting.
do.
And then you've got to say whether you'd hire me or not. If I could be any animal in the world, I would be just like a cat, you know? They don't seem to be that fussed about anything. They just chill out, don't they?
You seem like a bit of a chilling out kind of person.
Yeah. Like, owners just give them food and stuff, and if they don't, then they go, well, fuck this, I'm leaving. And that's
Such
it.
is the life of a cat.
And then they just find someone else to give them food.
And that's how you'd base yourself off of someone that goes from person to person asking for food.
That's just the kind of person I am. A fucking scrounger. Darby, what was the last gift you gave someone?
The last gift I gave someone
keep this
was
PG, okay? Keep this PG.
air.
Like Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah, I gave them air for them to breathe.
Air from my lung. Are you God?
Yeah.
You gave us oxygen. Wow.
They give
You
off
heard
oxygen.
it here first.
Taker of life.
I hope all scientists are listening to this. And that we found
I create air.
where oxygen comes from.
To be honest, I can't actually remember.
No.
I'm not very good at remembering this sort of thing.
I'll tell you what the last gift I gave someone was.
Yeah.
I bought my girlfriend, for you listeners at home.
What's a girlfriend, Bradley?
Something about cheeseburgers. She's vegetarian. I'm vegetarian. Anyway, I bought her a Death Star teapot.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah,
to be fair, those actually look really cool.
She really likes Star Wars, so she has a Death Star teapot. What were you like in high school?
An arsehole.
High school. Secondary school. I know what you were like in secondary school because I was there as well. And I can tell you, he had the best hair.
My hair was disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I look back on that now. I saw
Really?
pictures of it the other day.
Did you not like it?
No,
I just
it
thought
looked
it was cool.
gross.
I don't think so.
It was all scraggly and I didn't take care of it.
Oh.
It was just disgusting.
Your hair now is pretty smart, though.
Yeah.
You're a pretty smart-looking guy.
Pretty dapper.
Yeah.
I just need a fedora.
I mean...
And then I'd be the most dapper chap in all of Daventry.
I mean... Yeah. I think in high school... In secondary school...
High school.
In secondary school...
Oh, yeah.
I was the edgiest guy around. You know? I had long hair and I wore, like, Metallica shirts. And I hated happiness.
I always tried to fit in because I wasn't very good at socialising. That was my worst thing.
I wasn't very good at socialising. And I did the exact opposite. I was so insecure with myself that I just tried to be the edgy guy. It's like, I don't need friends. I have heavy metal.
Hell yeah.
I don't need friends. I can grow my hair and...
I like the sound of that. I liked the cut of your jib.
So just get into arguments with people just because. Like, I have no idea.
Fun.
There's so many really cringy times in my life where I think about...
The worst time of your life is secondary school.
I always think about me arguing with people and knowing fully well that I had no idea what I was talking about and arguing anyway.
Because there's something to do.
Yeah, because I don't know. Because I was a fucking loser. Anyway, if this was an interview, this is not something you would be telling them. What were you like in high school? Like...
I was a dick.
If an interviewer asked that at a job, I would probably have a breakdown. What's the last thing you watched on TV, and why did you choose to watch it?
The last thing I watched on TV was
television.
The Chase, because it was the only thing on TV, and I didn't have anything to do.
Yeah?
So I watched The Chase.
Were your parents watching it? Your parents watched The Chase?
Yep.
Yeah, my parents always watched The Chase.
It's actually pretty good.
I don't care about it one way or the other. Bradley Walsh is an interesting chap. He's alright.
Why are we analysing The Chase?
because we are. It's the subject. It's the topic. Look, Bradley Walsh is going to be in Doctor Who. And
hey, Bradley Walsh has the same name as you.
Yeah, he does.
Don't be mean to Bradley Walsh.
He's going to be in Doctor Who, and I'm very excited about it.
Is he?
I hope he just plays himself. I hope it's the
Bradley
Doctor
Walsh as Bradley Walsh.
and Bradley Walsh. The Doctor goes onto an episode of The Chase one day, meets Bradley Walsh.
Like, it's like Celebrity, The Weakest Link.
Yeah,
And wasn't there like a Doctor Who episode of that?
Yeah, Satellite.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Satellite 5 or whatever it was.
No, there was like a real life one.
It was on Satellite. Oh, was there?
Yeah, they had.
I thought you meant the Doctor Who episode with the Robo Anne.
No, that was like yeah.
Yeah.
But there was like celebrity ones where they had people in their characters.
Jack Harkness.
That was dumb.
Jack Harkness, and he was like, "No, it's time for the face-off." Oh, you're gonna give me a makeover? No, it's just like we said. We're gonna take your face off.
Oh.
And then he slices.
That's the best thing about Doctor Who.
Yeah, that happened in an episode.
This sponsor's brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. If you're hairy and you need a shave, come down to Dollar Shave Club. They'll give you a razor. You'll get that hair right off your face like a machete to a watermelon. Like goes the beard.
Any advice for your previous boss?
Previous boss. That's a funny joke.
Video game boss.
Hey Bowser, stop being a nonce.
Bowser, the notorious paedophile. Apparently. For my previous boss, I'd be like, look, just give me more money. Just get.
Don't you want to tell that to every person that would hire
all
you?
All of my bosses, I'd just be like, hey, you want some advice? Pay me more money. And that'll be it.
And then you go, okay, you want some advice?
Tell me something about your last job, other than money, that would have inspired you to keep working there.
This is a question for you.
Well, it's for you as well.
Because I haven't had a job.
Answer it anyway.
The squeaky floorboards. They were pretty fun to walk on and off of every now and again.
Yeah, keep those squeaky floorboards, please.
Yeah. If I could go to a new place, I'd bring the squeaky floorboards.
Yeah. So, that would have inspired me to keep working there. Well, I probably would have said, first of all, stop doing open mic nights every week. Like, it's so exhausting having to run it every week, and nobody wants to come every week. Just have it once a month, and then I will run it every month, and have time to rehearse my material. You know?
Oh.
You know?
You know?
Other than that, it would have been like, pay me more... No. It says other than money.
Pay me more money.
Yeah, if I had more money, I'd stay there. Well, to be honest, it was a part-time uni job, so if I had less hours...
Money is money. Don't complain.
What is the funniest thing that has happened to you recently?
I was in Asda.
Oh, cool. Anyway, my funniest thing.
With two housemates.
Oh, yeah.
Someone had a pizza.
Oh, wow. And
they were holding it lengthways.
Oh, shit.
That way.
Horizontally.
Yeah, they were holding it horizontally. And the wrapper broke and the pizza fell on the floor. And no one would come over to help. And for some reason I found that hilarious. So I laughed about it for a good few minutes.
Was that Jake?
It was Jake.
Incredible. Why didn't I get to come to Asda with you?
That was because you were waiting for the thing to come.
Girlfriend. Yeah, sure. The funniest thing that has happened to me was when I was also one of the tragic things is when I made that horrible typo on my job application saying I have good understand English.
I have good understanding.
I have good understand English. Irony. What do you want to be when you grow up? I'm already grown up. And I want to be a child, please.
I want to be a child too.
Yeah.
when I grow up, I want to grow back down.
Yeah. Please.
Thanks.
I don't want
Please
to grow up.
fix it for me, Felix.
What?
I've forgotten his name.
I don't know who that is.
It's not Felix. Fix it.
Fix it, Felix.
That's from that fucking Disney film with Wreck-It Ralph. That's from Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph and Fix It Felix.
Oh shit, yeah.
Jimmy Savile, fix it.
Oh,
Savile,
really?
yeah.
Jim will fix it.
Yeah, Jim will fix it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the one.
Jesus Christ. We really are bringing up paedophiles. Can we just have one show where we don't talk about paedophiles, please? I'm still getting over our last encounter.
That was close.
Which two organisations, outside your own, do you know the most people at? And why?
Yes.
Yes. Question 15. Pretend you're our CEO? What three concerns about the firm's future keep you up at night?
Hygiene. Do you go to the toilet often enough?
Yeah.
2, when do you go to the toilet?
He's up
Is
all night
it in the morning or is it in the evening? 3, have you had breakfast?
Yeah. He's up all night thinking about those things.
Hygiene, toilet, food.
I would
3 keys to a functional business.
I would say the same. Question 16. If I were to hire you for this job as a dustbin man, and I granted you 3 promises with regard to working here, what would they be?
I am guaranteeing that if I work for you as a dustbin man, if anything fell out of the dustbin, I would leave it on the floor and not take any responsibility for leaving it there.
Perfect. 3. 2 more.
2 more?
Yeah, 2 more.
I would also lean out of the window of the dustbin truck, making wee-nor noises.
Wee-nor.
To ensure everyone
Please make
puts their bins outside.
Yeah. Please make wee-nor noises
for me. Wee-nor.
Thanks.
And finally, I would ensure that I would never empty anyone's dustbin so they always complain, and I would never take any responsibility for it.
No.
Because they never paid me. So I'll never do it.
Okay.
Bradley?
Yeah.
If I were to hire you for this job, as a grocery salesman who has to use the flipboard thing with the arrow on it, and I granted you 3 promises with regard to working here, what would they be?
So I'm a grocery salesman.
Yes.
Salesman.
Yeah.
And I use a flipboard thing.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I'd like to know what the use of this flipboard thing is.
It's to tell people where the shop is. But you're always flipping it around, so it never makes any sense.
I'm one of the guys. I'm a sign holder.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 promises for a sign holder job.
That lets you flip the sign around, so no one can tell what direction the shop actually is.
That's my job position.
Yep.
Customer confuser.
Yep.
Right. First of all, I want the job title of customer confuser.
Yep.
Second of all, I would like you to make sure that all of the people that stop me are all at least... God, I have to think of something really specific here. They all have to be...
It's fine, take your time. It's an interview, you can breathe, have a glass of water.
You'll need to be between the ages of 21 and 22.
Oh, that's very specific. It has to be
between those. They all have to work in bakeries.
Okay. And is that a relatable thing? Can you...
Look, I get on better with bakers than I do other people.
Okay.
And I think they all should have, like, flatulency problems.
Flatulency problems.
You know?
Flatulent bakers between the ages of 21 and 22.
Yeah.
It's a job... You're hired.
That was number 2. And number 3 is...
No, fuck number 3. You're hired.
I want my sign to be in the shape of an enormous custard cream. That's
I don't know if I can do that for you.
Those are my 3 promises.
Give it... Say bourbon and we'll call it done.
You know what? Drive a hard bargain. But sure.
You're hired.
Thanks. Anyway, continuing this job interview, even though I'm already hired. If you don't get this job, what's your backup plan?
Sit at home, play Skyrim.
So you don't really want...
Tamriel is good enough.
You know what? It's good enough.
Yeah. I can be anything there. I can be a thief.
You can.
I could be a warrior. I could be a mage.
God.
I could even set up a shop and travel from town to town.
You know what?
I don't need a job.
You know what? I'm quitting this job now to play Skyrim as well. You've convinced me.
Oh yeah.
Bloody convinced
Skyrim
me.
buddies.
Skyrim buddies.
Yeah.
Cut to montage of us bonding over Skyrim. So if I don't get this job as a sign holder, my backup plan is to start my own sign holding business and be the CEO of sign holding. Question 18. What inspires you?
That picture of the American guy who just points and is like, I want you. And then I get up,
yeah,
I look at that, Uncle Sam. I get up, I look at that, and I think he wants me. Me in specific. I can be that man.
Mm-hmm.
And that gets me up, gets me raring to go.
Uncle Sam
that's my day.
inspires us all.
Don't you just always want someone pointing at you?
You inspire me, Andrew Darby.
Thanks. Except I don't point at you.
Question 19. Teach me something I don't know in the next 5 minutes.
When you open a Pokemon booster pack, you take 3 from the back, put it to the front, and right at the back you have the rares. In front of that you have the reverses. And depending on the pack, somewhere in between you can get an energy card.
You're right, I didn't know that.
You're welcome.
Something you don't know. Well, you know, every 100th coin flip is guaranteed to bend reality and create a black hole somewhere in the universe.
Do you have the statistics to back that up?
I read it once on a cereal box.
Close enough.
Question 20. What are you known for?
For looking like a tit on YouTube.
That is true. I do look at him sometimes on YouTube and go, is that a breast? Is that just one breast talking? Oh no, it's Andrew Darby.
People usually confuse the two. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I do kind of. Sometimes when I'm looking at women's chests, I just see your face.
I see Andrew in your breast.
I just two of your faces, like whoa.
That would absolutely be a noise I'd make. Excuse me, fam. Your breast just went whoa.
21. Andrew Darby, what do you work towards in your free time?
I work towards bedtime for the next day.
Oh, shit, son.
Christ, that really took it out of me.
I work toward your bedtime as well.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
That means I can go to bed at night.
Yeah. They call me the Sandman. It's my other job.
You're the sleep man.
I'm the sleep man. 22. What's the most interesting thing about you that we wouldn't learn from your resume alone?
I have a bad habit of leaning back with my legs spread and putting an elbow on my bed.
You're a man spreader.
And crossing my fingers.
So you're a man spreader.
I'm a man spreader.
That's the most interesting thing about you.
Yep.
Is that you're a man spreader.
I'm a leaning, man spreading, finger crossing man.
I think the most interesting thing about me, I'm not very interesting.
Aww.
23. Oh, I forgot it. How do you rate your memory? Do you see what I did there?
On a scale of 1 to 10.
I was reading it on the thing. If I did forget it, I would be a fucking moron.
On a scale of 1 to 11, I'd say 25.
No.
I think, anyway.
I think I have a good memory for pointless things.
I have a great memory for pointless things.
Well, I'm good at remembering. I've forgotten what I'm good at remembering. 24. Code something from scratch in 3 hours. Then explain your design and solution. Go on.
Well,
do it.
Here you go, Bradley. I've programmed something.
Oh, wow, that was well under 3 hours.
This program has a solution of not working. as you can tell by this error sign.
By this lack of code. Yeah.
Yep. The code's there, it just doesn't work, which is the intention of it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that box where you push a switch and then an arm comes out and pushes itself back off.
Yeah.
But instead of doing that, it just breaks itself.
I've made a robot whose function is to pull its own arm off and then put it back on again.
Where's the practical use in that?
It's also self-aware, and it understands the pointlessness of its own existence.
That's deep.
Rick and Morty did this one first. 25. If you woke up and had 2,000 unread emails and could only answer 300 of them, how would you choose which ones to answer? I mean, if it's 2,000 unread emails, it's probably just spam, right? It's probably just...
The only way I could get 2,000 unread emails is if I just leave it for like a month.
You just didn't answer your emails and it was just someone going, hey, do you want hot Russian brides?
Little do you know, I actually do this intentionally. So I wake up one day and say, oh, I have 2,000 unread emails. I'm going to read 300 of those. And that's it for the next month. I'm going to wait until I get 300 more emails.
Why is this a job interview question? How many pennies would fit into this room?
50p's, 20p's, 1p's, 5p's, or £1 or £2.
It says pennies.
I
guess it's 1p.
5 pennies.
5 would fit in this room.
Yeah, because that's all I've probably got in my wallet.
It's a pretty small room. Why was that being a job interview question? 27. Maybe I'm just doing job interviews wrong. Maybe, the reason I'm questioning these is because I don't really understand job interviews.
I don't understand job interviews. How can you ask these questions and get a decent understanding of the person?
Maybe it's just whether they're fun.
Hey, these people can give dumb answers. Hired.
I think it's whether you think they're fun or not. Like, from just the answers.
I'm a fun guy.
Fun guy.
But what if it's a very boring place and you're trying to hire someone that's entertaining? That kind of defeats the purpose of the boring place.
Tell you what, I had a job interview for a phone customized shop where I went on a rant about how much I didn't like people who sold people things that they don't need. It was a phone customized shop. It sold customization for phones. And I was ranting about selling people stuff they don't need.
How dare you?
I failed the interview.
I can't figure out how, to be honest.
I may as well have just gone, you know what I hate? Customizing phones. I hate selling people customization items for their phones. Can you name 3 consecutive days without using the words Wednesday, Friday, or Saturday?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Why is this why? Yeah, you're right, but
why
is this a job interview question? Are you... What are you applying for? 28. What? Estimate how many windows are in New York.
About 52,000.
About 12.
I counted.
12. 29. How would you value the store on the corner?
About 50p.
This is Tesco, right?
Yeah, about 50p.
Is this
They leave the floor a bit messy sometimes.
How would you value it in, like, money? Or how do you... like, I think it's good. I like Tesco.
I think it's good, but it's worth 50p. There you go.
Right. 30. How many square feet... Oh, fuck's sake. These questions are just getting worse. How many square feet of pizza is eaten in the US each year?
1 million.
Why are you asking me about pizza? Why do I care?
Because Sunday nights we have pizza night.
31. God, any bad ones I'm just gonna shoot through. Describe the colour yellow to somebody who is blind.
A banana.
It's the colour of a banana. It's bright. 32. If you were to get rid of one state in the US, what would it be and why?
Texas, because it looks like a boot. No, it doesn't. That's fucking Italy.
Washington. 33. You've been given an elephant. You can't give it away or sell it. What would you do with this elephant?
Leave it in the park.
What?
Leave it in the park.
I'd train it.
Train it?
Train it to be a ninja. A ninja elephant. I'd train it to be a ballerina. Ballerina elephant.
That's a good use of an elephant.
Who would win in a fight between Spider-Man and Batman?
Batman, because Batman would find out about kryptonite and then kryptonite would be used
Spider-Man. Spider-Man and Batman, not
Oh
Superman.
wait, I thought it's a Superman.
It's a
Spider-Man, Batman. Batman could get a giant boot squished Spider-Man.
It's always Batman because all those fanboys are like, oh, but with enough time.
Because he's got so much money.
Time and preparation.
Because he's got money.
Batman can win any fight.
If you had infinite money, I bet you could beat Batman.
In a fist fight, okay?
Yes.
Batman doesn't have any prep time. He doesn't get to, because Spider-Man doesn't get any prep time either.
Yeah.
One-on-one, Spider-Man would slaughter him. Because
what if they're in the kitchen
Spider-Man
and there's a banana peel nearby?
Superhuman strength, excellent reflexes, spider sense. He could see all of Batman's moves before he made them.
Why doesn't Batman just sit down?
And he could just web him up. Spider-Man would...
If Batman would just sit down, that would mean that he doesn't want any part of the fight, because he's very not interested.
I think we're assuming in this case that Batman or Spider-Man has turned evil and they have to fight.
Batman's turned evil. Spider-Man takes away the Batcave and then he can't use any of his things.
Yeah. Spider-Man exposes Batman to the world and then Batman will be doomed.
Exposed. Look, it's Batman on the toilet.
Batman
exposed.
Batman suddenly has to explain what he's been spending all his money on to the tax people.
Oh, I'd love to see him get out of that one.
35. How do you convince someone to do something they didn't want to do?
I'll tickle you.
Yeah. I don't want to commit murder. I'll tickle you.
Oh, don't do it. Please.
Commit the murder, Darby.
Ooh, I don't think I could.
Commit the murder.
Ooh. No. The only thing that could bend me is a tickle, and I ain't budging.
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Jesus Christ. Alright, I'll murder someone.
Good. Job well done. I'd probably just be like, if you don't do it, you're chicken. Cheep, 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 cheep. You know, like in The Room. 36. This is reminding me of Zach Galifianakis. You know?
Zach Galifianakis.
You know that show he does where he interviews people?
No.
Never mind. 36. A penguin walks through that door right now wearing a sombrero. What does he say? And why is he here?
Oh, it's pretty hot out there, isn't it, boys?
Penguins can't talk.
Logic. He's wearing a sombrero. When do you see a penguin wearing a sombrero?
That was all 36 interview questions.
Come back next week when we do 7 ways to talk about your athletic experience on a job interview.
Come back next week when we talk about if you ever had dreams where you wanted to do so much you could do anything?
No.
This podcast is brought to you by I'm a Disaster Shoes. Wear these shoes at your next barbecue for all of your friends to look at you and realize they don't like you anymore. These shoes bring disappointment to all of your family. I'm a Disaster Shoes. Don't wear them.